Hey guys, your captain is back. So to celebrate the 1000 subscribers milestone, I wanted to do my first Q&A on this channel. I compiled 13 questions that my subscribers asked me, and I will be answering each of them in this video. Here is the first question. What was your first Pokemon game? So this may actually surprise you, but I didn't become an actual Pokemon fan before the Switch era with Pokemon Sword and Shield. However, I did play other Pokemon games beforehand, but I didn't finish any of them at the time. The first game from the franchise that I ever won was a spin-off named Super Pokemon Rumble on the 3DS, which is basically a beat 'em up. The first Pokemon game from the main series that I played was Pokemon Omega Ruby, but I didn't actually own it. It was a friend that decided to give his own copy of the game to me for 2 weeks just so I could experience the game of the main series. The first game of the main series that I actually got to play was Pokemon Moon, but I didn't go very far. I stopped right before the first fight against Gladion at the time, which isn't even 25% of the game, if I recall correctly. However, a couple of years later, I got Pokemon Sword and finally finished my first Pokemon game. I've been a fan ever since. Question 2. What is your favorite track in Mario Kart history? This one's really easy to answer, and some people who know me from the Mario Kart community probably already know what it is. It's obviously Mario Kart Wii's iteration of Rainbow Road. I know it may sound nostalgia biased as I grew up with it, but personally, I think that not only does this track still hold up today, it even became even better as time went on. First, its atmosphere is incredible with a gorgeous color palette and a nice Super Mario Galaxy theme, and the music is just so good and epic, which is perfect for the final gauntlet. It's probably Nintendo's magnum opus in track design to this day. It's cut so perfectly between straightforward speed sections, grand climactic sections, and parts that regularly challenge your skills and that won't forgive your mistakes perfectly, alternating regularly, flawlessly, with going from these 2 extra titans to this giant rainbow ring, or a mandatory half pipe followed by 2 split paths and a surprisingly brutal final turn with a risk-reward factor over these speed boosts. It really feels like a roller coaster altogether, and I think that is the perfect example of how to make a flawless final change for a game. Question 3. Who is your favorite Pokemon character? This one is way more complicated, because honestly, there's a lot of characters I got from the games and anime, but here, let's focus on the anime rather than the games. In the anime, I normally like the characters that are a bit relatable. Yiko and Dawn stand out to me as characters that can be really relatable to me, as I share many of these character traits, like with Yiko overthinking things, or Dawn being determined and trying to remain optimistic even when things get hard. Mago is another one of my favorites, because she kind of reminds me of SpongeBob SquarePants as a fan of this show. I mean, they both love cooking, they have a similar cheerful personality and they make friends easy, but her backstory is also really touching and was executed particularly well. I also really like characters that make me laugh, like Brock and his legendary drawing pen, accompanied by his famous simping habits, Clement and his more adorable personality, as he has some really funny jokes, and of course, Team Rocket. Speaking of which, question 4. Who is your favorite Pokemon villain? Following the previous question, this one's pretty simple. I'm going with the most popular choice here, Jesse and James. Their humor in the series is really top notch, with a lot of running gags that I still know by heart to this day, and their dynamics are really funny and charming too. But I also really like their backstory, and the moment where you get to see their softer side towards their Pokemon can be really touching, like when Jessie released her Dust Talks. Question 5. Have you played Ace Attorney, and if not, do you plan to? Sadly, no. I know many people like this game, but I've never thought about starting this series. Maybe one day I'll get on it, but I don't plan to in the near future. Question 6. If you have OCs, who's your favorite OC? I do have plenty of OCs. You probably know Grookey and my 2 forms, but there's also Gaston, Dreadnought, or even Gengar. If I had to pick favorites, I'd go with my first Rillaboom OC, which I think still holds up even after 2 to 3 years of using it, and my new Captain Chaos OC, which I'm really proud of. I think I really managed to give them a strong but friendly vibe, which is what I was going with when designing both of these OCs. Question 7. What anime do you watch besides the Pokemon anime? I do watch some of them, even though Pokemon was how I got into anime in the first place. First and foremost, even though many Ghibli movies aren't really my cup of tea, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Porco Rosso. I've always had a soft spot for this one, as I really like the message of this movie and even the visuals, which are top notch even for Ghibli standards, which are generally really high. Another anime that I love is Sonic X. In French, because gosh, is the English dub genuinely awful for this show. Aside from that, it's a good show. It found the perfect way to put Sonic's general universe and vibe in a show, and I feel like all the characters can be pretty charming in this series. I also watch My Hero Academia. I started this show in the spring of 2024 from season 1 onwards. And of course, I love the Kirby anime. Kirby is my favorite character in gaming after all, so people who know me should have seen this coming. Question 8. Do you like Star Wars and Marvel? Well, I do like Star Wars. I got into this franchise when I was 9 years old, and most of its movies still hold up today. However, for Marvel, it's more complicated. There are some Marvel movies that I really love, like the first two Iron Man movies, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is really touching, the Spider-Man trilogy from Sam Raimi, or the first two X-Men movies. But I'd be lying if I'd say that I don't think the Marvel Cinematic Universe had a dip in quality lately. For many of their recent movies, like Spider-Man Far From Home or Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, I legitimately didn't even care about the plot, and I could barely even tell you something that happens in these movies aside from that absolute abomination. I honestly think that Quantumania was the last straw for me, and now I have little to no interest in upcoming movies from the MCU. Still looking forward to the finale of the Spider-Verse trilogy though. Question 9. Which starter are you picking for Pokemon Winds and Waves? So generally, I wait to see the final evolutions of the starters to make my choice. That's what I did with Sword and Shield, and I think you can easily tell which starter I chose for this one. I also did this for Scarlet and Violet, as I decided that Quaquaval was my favorite of the 3 final evolutions of the starter before choosing Quaxly. But if I were to pick one of them based on their base form, I'd go with Gekwa, the Gen 10 Water-type starter. I really love its design, and honestly, I can't wait to see the final evolution, especially if it turns out to be some kind of diva Pokemon like Primarina, because it has potential to go really hard with that route. Question 10. Who is your main in Super Smash Bros? My main in Super Smash Bros has always been Kirby. I can already hear the competitive players getting a heart attack from what I just said. No, really, the first Super Smash Bros. Game I played was Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U at a friend's house, the same one who introduced me to Pokemon. And I picked Kirby because I liked Kirby, he was easy to master, and now he's kind of my main for Super Smash Bros. In general, even though I also like playing as Min or Ness. Question 11. What's your favorite Mario Kart World Cup? It's easy, the Banana Cup. 3 of the tracks in this cup are S tier and the other one is A tier. Peach Beach, despite being my least favorite track in this cup, is still a really fun track, with cool lap changing twists and an atmosphere that's even more present than the original track on the GameCube. Salty Speedway makes the absolute best of what Mario Kart World has to offer, with a lot of alternate paths involving grinding and wall riding, but also a really cool Venetian theme that gives the whole track a genuinely soothing atmosphere. Dino Jungle is an amazing remake of what was already one of my favorite tracks in Mario Kart Double Dash, with a go-up that takes inspiration from Jurassic Park. It's especially fun to play it with an intermission, as all the dinos show up during one whole lap, making for a much more chaotic race. And Great Question Block Ruins is my favorite track in the game. It has an amazing song that may be one of the best ones in the whole series, a cool theme, gorgeous visuals, especially during the sunsets, a challenging and fun layout, and genuinely so many cool shortcut opportunities with grinding and wall riding. This is easily the track that takes profits from Mario Kart World's more free tech gameplay the most, and it's just so cool to play it. Question 12. Will you rank all the knockout tours from Mario Kart World? Well, I have started to think of the project of ranking all the tracks in every mainline Mario Kart game, going all the way from Super Mario Kart to Mario Kart World. I say mainline for the two guys in the back who will wonder why I'm not touching this absolute piece of trash that's stored during this ranking. Yeah, this game is genuinely unworthy of being a Nintendo game. So I will likely rank all the knockout tours in a video dedicated to all the tracks in Mario Kart World, along with some battle maps too. And finally, the 13th question. How would you rank the Mario Kart Special Cups? Here's my ranking for the 9 Special Cups of Mario Kart for the mainline games. If you want more detail in my opinion, you can ask me in the comments. Number 9, Super Mario Kart. Number 8, Mario Kart 8. Number 7, Mario Kart World. Number 6, Mario Kart 64. Number 5, Mario Kart 7. Number 4, Mario Kart Super Circuit. Number 3, Mario Kart DS. Number 2, Mario Kart Double Dash. And number 1, Mario Kart Wii Special Cup, which is my all-time favorite cup in the whole series. And finally, bonus question.
It's a what? It's a swing ring.
Well, this Q&A is now over. Thank you so much for the 1000 subscribers and for the support you gave me. Going into 2025, I could have never imagined that I'd be here today. My mental state was genuinely at an all-time low. There was no way out of that slump inside. Literally all my videos struggled to pass 400 views. I was dealing with a mini depression, and this mini depression even led me to getting some anxiety for the whole year and even a bit in 2026. But miraculously, I slowly recovered. Making this channel and seeing it finally grow certainly helped me, and the people I met during this journey also helped me a lot through these times. Today, I feel way better. I don't feel as well as before that phase, but I can finally feel like I can just chill and enjoy life again compared to 2025, which was really hard for me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the support. With that said, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.